he looked okay today. Especially offensively. He had a nice little pump fake. But we didn't. It seemed like we didn't have any game plan offensively. It seemed
Oh, there was nothing. There
like
was
there
no
was no
movement.
practice in between the
Nope.
Cleveland Knicks game.
They kind of partied. They pop bottles, and they forgot. Hey, we have other games to play, and they completely went in there and I wanted to go to this game.
Well, good. Yeah, I text you today.
Yeah,
I can't believe we're not at this game.
yeah. Well, thank God, because we'd have been on that train just cursing at Knicks fans. It'd have been bad. And how much are they regretting Hardaway Jr. right now? Have you seen his stats and the contract? Like they're screaming at they were chanting 17 million at different points tonight.
Bad contract.
Just tonight alone, 36 minutes he played, 4 of 12, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 turnover, 11 points. I
think he'll pick it up a little bit, but that goes to show you that sometimes you leave a system or you leave an organization for the money, which I don't blame anyone for doing, but you just you're not the same player, and he was there on the Knicks before, and he's exactly the same guy.
Yeah,
during his first run.
You know what's crazy? You might have seen this. The Knicks' average age of a starting lineup that plays a minimum of 12 minutes is the second oldest in the NBA, right behind Cleveland. There was a stat out there that said, Reed Wallach, I think, tweeted. I'm not sure.
Who's starting? Jack starts.
I mean, I don't know how old Cantor is. I don't know how old Courtney Lee is. Courtney Lee has to be in his 30s.
Yeah, we drafted him in 08.
So, yeah. But, yeah, they said Knicks lineup players who average more than 12 minutes a game into the season, they're a tad under 31 years average age.
I know they have their own pick next year, but I do not envy the position that they're in.
I don't. Okay, yes, they whooped us tonight, but let's spend a few minutes just talking about the position they're in. Are they rebuilding, or are they not? They're kind of like us, where we were before Sean Marks, right before he came in. Are we rebuilding? Are we trying to win? What are we trying to do? There's rumors.
The Hardaway move confuses you, and
terribly.
He's not good.
No. Not at all.
I guess you could compare that to the Allen Crabbe move, and maybe because we're Net fans, we like Allen Crabbe, more. But I see better production out of him. We almost feel like he doesn't get enough shots.
Yes, you're right. I mean, Phil Jackson completely ruined Melo's value. By just trashing him every chance he got.
And they still got Cantor.
Yeah. And he's there this year, and then he could be gone.
He gone.
He say goodbye.
He gone.
And Kyle O'Quinn is ahead of Big Willie Hernangomez, which makes no sense at all. That young kid can play.
I think he's a player who's on a bad team who's gonna get more opportunity, but on a good team he won't get a lot of playing time. Right or wrong, but I don't buy the hype yet.
They're in on the mix for Eric Bledsoe, but Phoenix wants the young point guard.
Ntilikina?
Yeah, and Big Willie.
I hate the guys that cover the Knicks because Russell could have 30 points and you won't hear them talk about him. But Ntilikina has three rebounds, and
they're homers for their team. The problem is we are not in a position where anyone's out there homering for us. We are the homers, Net fans.
Yeah, but it's annoying. I literally saw a tweet today. Ntilikina's playing well. He's got 3 rebounds and 2 points. I'm like, he has an average stat line.
He's also 19, and it's like one of his first games, I think.
Yeah, but Russell's 20.
I know. Well, he's also been in the league 2 years. So, but I just don't know, if Porzingis is the future, when do you cut the nonsense with these guys? And Noah's still there for another year after this year. and he's out on that PED suspension.
That's like us signing Garnett. You know, re-signing Garnett for another 2 years after his first brutal run.
Seriously, I mean, they have to decide, but also Phil Jackson really left them in a mess.
Well, you know what I think hurts them, and I think it's going to hurt them down the road. I think Ntilikina will turn into a decent player.
I don't think he'll be there long enough to become a good player in a Knicks uniform. Yeah.
What's the young kid on the Mavs that they didn't draft?
Dennis Smith.
Guard. Oh my God, he's a baller.
Yes, he is,
and he can hop out of the building.
But also at the time, Phil Jackson was drafting for the Triangle.
Yeah.
Do you really? I mean, I find the Triangle interesting.
So do I.
But it'll never work anymore in today's NBA with the emphasis on the three, right?
No.
So here, I just want to quickly, because Cantor has a player option for next year. Joakim Noah is there this year and then 2 more years after this.
Wow.
Hardaway Jr.
Ellsbury.
Yeah, absolutely. He's making 18.5 next year and then 19.3 in 1920. Courtney Lee is there for 2 years after this. Lance Thomas is there at $7.5 million for 2 years after this. Where are they going? So next season, when cap space will be at a premium, they already have $93 million committed. Already.
No, I mean, the only way they're going to be decent is if Ntilikina turns into a decent prospect and a good player. Maybe they could either move him or continue to develop it, and they're going to be in that first overall pick sweepstakes.
Now, you also have, and I think it's after 3 years, you can begin to negotiate an extension with your player before he hits restricted free agency. So I think like next summer, and I think it's the same for D'Angelo as well with Porzingis. Because that was the same draft class, right?
Yeah.
2000. Yeah. So they're eligible for extensions after this year. Actually, no.
I move him.
Who?
Porzingis.
No, they're not going to. He's the franchise.
Apparently, he wanted out this last summer
because
of
Phil.
About moving up. They thought about moving up in the draft. There was rumblings about him maybe going to OKC for Westbrook.
That's not happening anymore.
You tie those bad contracts to the move, and when Ntilikina and your first round pick are ready, and next year's first round pick are ready to grow, Porzingis might then be an unrestricted free agent and leave.
You're right.
You got to think. You can't think about today. You got to think about tomorrow's moves, man.
Yeah.
They don't got to dance. They make money moves.
These is red bottoms. No, I don't. I'm looking here at the Nets payroll, and D'Angelo signed next year for 7 and then has a qualifying offer. So we actually have 1 more year to see what he brings, but I don't think there's any doubt that he's staying.
Well, next year be his big year.
Nets are in position after next season. I mean, well, they're going to have a lot of moves to make. They got to make some money moves. Where's Hollis Jefferson? They all kind of expire at the same time. That's our cap space in 1920 when we got to start signing these guys. I need to be a general manager, Danny.
That might be right around the time where, we're going to have an interesting roster where our roster is going to be, pretty much ready to win at some level. But you're also going to have young players coming up in the draft, because we finally own our own pick. And then I also think that's going to be the time where free agents are going to be more enticed to come sign with us.
Yeah, I think that'll be this year and next year is about the continued development. And then they have some decisions to make. And I know an immediate decision. They should already be on the practice court at the HSS training facility getting ready for the game versus Denver because they stunk up the joint tonight. We need to do better. Whatever you need to do on offense, get that stuff fixed. Get it fixed quick so that we're not here Sunday night all down and out about the Nets losing again in a game that I think
Fire
they can
sale.
win. That's it. Fire the coach, fire the general manager. Over, under, when does that come? Because one of us will do that.
2020.
You're that confident in these guys?
Yeah, I mean, even if we don't make the playoffs this year, I'm not going to want anyone fired yet. But I think 2020, if we haven't made the playoffs yet,
Yeah.
LeBron's going to be, in a wheelchair by then,
and still be playing for the Lakers.
Yeah. Oh, if I tell you one thing, if LeBron goes to the West, we better make the playoffs next year.
I saw another interesting picture. If you can build your franchise around any duo, and the picks were Lonzo and Ingram, Anthony Towns and Wiggins. Crap, and I forgot who the third was. I literally just was it Tatum
Curry and Durant?
No, young guys.
Oh, young guys.
Was it the Celtics? I should go on and look.
Kyrie and Tatum?
No, probably Jaylen Brown. How about that? You watching them play?
No.
Yeah, I know, me either.
I refuse to watch a Celtics game.
But they're balling.
I don't like to watch the Boston Nets.
That's exactly what they are. Tatum and Jaylen Brown are balling. For real. Such a crying shame.
Yeah, I mean, who goes against Wiggins and Karl-Anthony Towns?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the post. I'm a part of this NBA debate group. It's pretty. Oh, here it is. All right. Okay, the other two were Embiid and Simmons. But see, now, obviously, by the look on your face, you're going with B, right?
Where are you going with?
But hold on. To me, the league starts with a franchise point guard. Am I right? I mean, if you're building a team, are you taking a big? Are you taking Karl Anthony, or are you taking the potential of a young point guard in Lonzo Ball? Forget what you know about the production that Karl Anthony Towns. Put them both on rookie year. Put them both at their rookie years. Karl Anthony Towns back in 14-15 and Lonzo now.
No, Karl Anthony Towns.
You're going with the big in today's NBA.
Compared to Lonzo, yeah. Lonzo is a unselfish. He has great demeanor. I think he's so opposite of his father. It's not even funny. But he can't shoot. He's not that athletic, and he's not that quick off the dribble. Everything else he does, I think he's going to be a Jason Kidd type player years down the road. Where if I'm starting a team, that means you hired me to be the GM. I'm assuming I don't have 8, 9, 10 years to be productive.
Yeah.
Now Ben Simmons, that's a different argument because I think Ben Simmons is a little bit better than Lonzo, which I can't wait to see the matchup. And then Wiggins is a beast. Did you see that shot he hit against?
Yeah. Yeah, no, the natural pick for me, but my argument was, what's the upside for Lonzo and Ingram? And if they commit to these guys, which they should, instead of star chasing, I think Magic Johnson's making a terrible mistake by going out and trying to get whoever he can get, just big names. You are star-studded already. Yeah, I mean, and you're probably going to have if you don't get the number 1 pick, if the Lakers pick falls between 2 through 5, Boston gets it. SMH. I know. When I read that, my
For what? What did they get? What did they trade?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what trade went on and how. I don't know. But all I know is that's just one more pick. But anyway, if they commit to these young guys and let's say they get the number 1 pick or they get the number 6 pick and they manage to keep, why are you going to go out and just sign aging? Do they still think they're getting Paul George?
Yeah, apparently Paul George and LeBron's agents were at the game against the Wizards, the Lakers game against the Wizards.